My beloved child, listen to me. I know how heavy your heart feels right now. I know the ache you carry when the voices that once surrounded you have gone quiet. I know the sting of unanswered messages, the empty spaces where laughter used to be, the long nights when you replay every conversation, wondering where things went wrong. You did not imagine this pain. You are not weak for feeling it. Being left behind, misunderstood, or abandoned cuts deeper than words can describe, and I see every tear you tried to hide from the world. I see the moments when you told yourself you were fine while your heart was breaking in silence. And I need you to hear this clearly before anything else. You are not forgotten, even if everyone walked away. There are seasons in life when it feels as though the ground beneath you disappears. People who once promised to stay leave without explanation. Relationships you poured your heart into dissolve. Support you counted on vanishes when you need it most. In those moments, the enemy whispers lies into your mind. He tells you that you are too much, not enough, easily replaceable, or unworthy of loyalty. He tells you that if you were truly loved, people would have stayed. But those whispers are not truth. They are distortions meant to pull you away from me. I never measure your worth by who stayed or who left. I measure it by the price I paid for you, and I paid with my life. I was there when you were overlooked. I was there when you were excluded from conversations you once belonged in. I was there when you felt like an afterthought instead of a priority. I watched as you questioned yourself, wondering if you should have been quieter, stronger, different. I watched you blame yourself for other people's inability to love you the way you deserved. And all the while, I was holding you closer than you realized. Even when you could not feel my presence, I was near. Even when your prayers felt like they hit the ceiling and fell back down, I was listening. You see, abandonment does not mean absence. Silence does not mean neglect. And delay does not mean denial. There are moments when I allow the noise around you to fade so you can finally hear my voice. Not the voice of fear, not the voice of comparison, not the voice of rejection, but my voice, the one that has called you by name since before you were born. When everyone walked away, it was not because you were unworthy. It was because the season had changed and I was preparing you for something deeper, something purer, something aligned with who you are becoming. I know it feels unfair. I know you asked me why I did not stop it, why I did not intervene sooner, why I allowed people to hurt you when all you wanted was love. But, my child, if I had not removed certain people from your life, you would have remained bound to expectations, limitations, and wounds that were never meant to define you. Some people were with you for a chapter, not the whole story. Some connections were meant to teach you, not complete you. And though it hurts now, there will come a day when you look back and realize that what felt like loss was actually protection. You are not invisible to me. I see you when you sit alone with your thoughts. I see you when you scroll through memories and wonder how things changed so quickly. I see you when you smile in public but cry in private. I see you when you pray with doubt but hope anyway. And I want you to know this. I do not leave the broken behind. I stay. Always. My beloved, there are truths I need you to understand, even if they are difficult to hear. Not everyone who walks beside you is meant to walk with you forever. Some people benefit from your kindness, your loyalty, your light, but they are not willing to grow with you. When I begin to elevate you, when I begin to heal you, when I begin to call you into a deeper purpose, resistance appears. And sometimes that resistance comes in the form of people who cannot follow where I am leading you. So they leave. Not because you failed, but because they could not stay. I allowed them to walk away because had they remained, you would have continued shrinking yourself to keep them comfortable. You would have continued overgiving, over-explaining, overextending, hoping that if you loved harder, they would stay. But love is not meant to be earned through exhaustion. I never designed you to beg for belonging. I created you to stand securely in my love, not dependent on human approval for your sense of worth. When they walked away, they revealed what they were never able to give you in the first place. There were prayers you prayed asking me to remove the pain, to fix the relationship, to restore what was lost. And while I heard every word, I also saw the full picture. I saw conversations that would have continued to wound you. I saw compromises that would have pulled you away from your values. I saw emotional patterns that would have kept you stuck in cycles of disappointment. So I answered your prayer differently than you expected. I removed what was harming you, even though at the time it felt like I removed what you needed most. I know you replay the ending over and over in your mind. I know you wonder what you could have said differently. what you could have done better. But listen to me now. You cannot heal relationships that require you to betray yourself. You cannot force people to choose you. And you cannot build peace in environments where you are constantly fighting to be understood. I did not allow them to leave to punish you. I allowed them to leave to free you. If you are still listening, if something inside you knows these words are meant for you, I want you to type, "I am not forgotten," in the comments. Let this be a declaration over your life, and share this message with someone who has been feeling alone. You know who they are. You don't need to explain, just send it with love. I will do the rest. This season of isolation is not a sentence. It is a sanctuary. It is where I am rebuilding you from the inside out. It is where I am teaching you how to stand without leaning on unstable foundations. It is where I am restoring your identity, not as someone who is tolerated, but as someone who is deeply loved. I am teaching you the difference between companionship and connection, between attachment and alignment. And though it feels lonely now, this season will produce a strength in you that comfort never could. I know you feel forgotten because the world has gone quiet, but my silence is not absence. Sometimes I grow quiet so you can grow attentive. Sometimes I remove distractions so you can receive clarity. I am doing a work in you that cannot be rushed and cannot be explained to those who are not meant to understand. What I am building in you right now will require discernment, wisdom, and a deep-rooted faith. And that kind of growth often happens away from the crowd. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not being overlooked. You are being prepared. And what I am preparing you for will require a version of you that is whole, healed, and anchored in me, not dependent on who stays or who leaves. Trust me when I say this. The people who are meant to walk with you in the next season will not need to be convinced. They will recognize your spirit because it will resonate with mine. My beloved child, lift your eyes. This is not the end of your story. What feels like abandonment is actually a turning point. I am closer to you now than ever before. I am with you in the quiet mornings and the restless nights. I am with you in the moments you feel strong and the moments you feel like you are barely holding on. I am with you when you question everything and when you surrender completely, and I am not going anywhere. There will come a time when your heart no longer aches the way it does now. There will come a day when you look back and realize that losing certain people was the moment you finally found yourself. You will understand that not being chosen by them made room for being chosen by me in a deeper way. You will see that the emptiness you felt was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to make space for something new, something honest, something lasting. I am restoring what was taken from you, not always in the same form, but in a way that brings peace instead of pain. I am bringing people into your life who will not require you to perform to be loved. I am aligning you with connections that feel safe, mutual, and rooted in truth. I am opening doors that no one can shut, doors that lead to purpose, healing, and joy beyond what you imagined. But first, I needed you to learn that your worth does not disappear when someone leaves. You are not forgotten. I have your name written on my heart. I have counted every tear you cried when no one else noticed. I have carried you through moments you thought would break you, and I will continue to lead you step by step, even when the path ahead is unclear. Trust me. Walk with me. Let me be your constant when everything else feels uncertain. Do not measure your value by who walked away. Measure it by the love that never left. My love. It does not abandon. It does not forget. It does not fail. And as long as you are breathing, your story is still unfolding. What is coming will not erase the pain, but it will redeem it. And one day, you will stand stronger, wiser, and more whole, knowing that even when everyone walked away, I stayed.